So let's talk about value add real estate. When I think of value add real estate, I think of how can I purchase a property in hopes of increasing that value in the short term, and then in with the expectation of maybe you'll flip that property or you'll hold it and you're cash flowing a much higher percentage than you are when you originally purchased it. So a couple different examples of this. The first would be you buy a building that is completely vacant. It has no tenants in it. And it doesn't have to be a building, but it could be a lot. Maybe you can rent out some of the space. But then you go out, you attract, you bring in the tenants, and now they're paying you rent. So that's a very basic way of doing a value add play. Another way to do value add would be, let's say you purchase a property that's what we call it has deferred maintenance. Maybe it's a distressed property that hasn't been upkept by its previous ownership, and now you're coming in with the hopes of you're going to do some improvements, make it increase that curb appeal on the property in the hopes that you'll attract tenants that are going to pay you rent. So that's another way to do value add real estate. The third way, and this is a way that I like identifying sites for this, is you go out and you find a building that has tenants already in it. Maybe it's fully occupied. However, you're realizing when you look at the rental rates for those tenants, you notice something. You notice that those tenants, maybe they were put in years ago, and the rental rates aren't lining up with where the current market is for getting new tenants. And so the play there is as those existing tenants leases are coming up for either renewal or expiration, the goal there would be to escalate or increase the rents in order to get them more in line with where the current market rate is. This is a play that I've seen work out very well a number of times for my clients, and you can find some great opportunities out there just by identifying some of these sites that may have owners that are just unaware of where the market has been. And I'll give you one example. I'm in the Chicagoland area, and there's a particular suburb where I've done quite a few transactions. And a client that purchased a building 2 to 3 years ago was discussing with me how, well, he's doing a lot of improvements on the property, and he's looking at, well, in order for me to like justify all these additional charges and increases in inflation and construction costs, he goes, it's going to take me a while to recoup this on a rental basis. And I said, well, what rental rates are you using for this retail space for your residential apartments above? Like, what are you looking at? And once they shared that with me, we realized, well, boy, you're using rental rates that were probably where it was 3 years ago. However, this market's appreciated 17% year over year for the past 3 years, just on the retail side, not including the residential side. So making sure that you're up to date on what the current market trends are for the leasing rates is really important to execute correctly and wisely on these value add plays.